Hi everyone, myself Yashodha. I am from first semester EC and my topic is types of communication. So let's get into the topic. Before that, let's know what is communication. Here, communication means process of passing information, idea and knowledge between sender and receiver through an accepted code of symbols. And the term communication comes from Latin word communicate, which means to share. And here it is of two types, verbal and non-verbal communication. Verbal communication means any communication that uses words to share something or information with others. Or we can say that when messages or information is exchanged through words between persons is called as verbal communication. Verbal communication is of two types, formal and informal communication. Formal communication means it is an exchange of official information that flows along the different levels of organizational hierarchy. Or we can also say that formal communication it is not a casual one, but it is an official form of communication and there is a prescribed official rules in this type of communication. And here it is of two types, downward and upward communication. Downward communication means higher designation to lower designation. For example, boss assigning some work to his worker or here effect of communication is very much than upward communication. In upward communication, it means lower designation to higher designation. For example, worker requesting his boss. And here, effect of communication is less than downward communication. Next is informal communication. Informal communication is just a casual and unofficial form of communication where information is exchanged between two or more persons without confirming prescribed official rules. So here there are three types, lateral, diagonal and grapevine. Lateral communication means the communication found among members who are working at the same level. For example, peer group or a group of colleagues. Here, it is one of the most effective form of communication. Next is diagonal communication. The communication path is a mixture of both vertical and horizontal movement. In larger communications, various departments need communication support from each other. So it helps in like next is grapevine. It is also called as backbiting or backstabbing. That means to say spiteful things about a person, such as someone who is not presented. They beguile the time by backbiting and intriguing against each other in a foolish kind of way. Next is oral communication. Oral communication means it implies that transmission of orders, messages, or suggestion through spoken words. In oral communication, the contact being direct and feedback is also immediate. But when we come to written communication, it requires some time and it is also a time consuming and costly because it is a means of transmission of message or order or suggestion in writing. So next is non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication, it is a process of conveying message without using words either written or spoken. In other words, we can say that any communication mode between two or more persons through an use of facial expressions, hand movements, body language, and gestures, it is called as non-verbal communication. So this was my session. Thank you.